It's a common belief that voting is a right, but some people say they have to cut through barriers to access that right. News 8 Now's Dua Israr spoke to a former Wisconsin inmate who says eligible voters in jail aren't given the resources they need to exercise their right.
In the La-Crosse County Jail, a program coordinator hangs up flyers to inform inmates that an election is coming and they can register for an absentee ballot. Now, one former Wisconsin inmate says that it's not always that simple. Over the course of our nation's history, the right to vote has been expanded to reflect the people who live in this country. But people who are incarcerated are still waiting to exercise that right.
Without being able to vote, we have no voice as a constituency.
After serving in Iraq and Afghanistan, David Carlson spent roughly 5 years in jail on felony charges.
Returning from my second tour, I was incarcerated for 3 burglaries.
In the state of Wisconsin, people with felony charges cannot vote until they are off probation, parole, or extended supervision. Carlson is now a second-year law student and advocate for those who are incarcerated.
I essentially could practice law before I'm ever eligible to vote.
While Carlson can't vote, inmates who are awaiting trial or have been convicted of misdemeanor charges can still cast a ballot.
Ballots are sent here, they're provided to them with instructions of how to complete them, and then we assist in mailing them.
According to the ACLU, in 2020, 13,000 Wisconsinites in county jails were eligible to cast a ballot, but only 50 did. Carlson says identification is one of the biggest barriers that prevents inmates from voting.
Simply handing a person a form or an application, that's not going to work.
La-Crosse County Sheriff Jeff Wolf says over the past few years, the county has been working to expand resources available to local inmates.
They have to go on My Vote Wisconsin, fill it out. We assist them if they need it because we give them access to a computer, or we give them a paper form where they list their most recent address and so forth.
Wolf says the La-Crosse County Jail Administrator works closely with inmates to make the process as easy as possible.
Provide the assistance if they request it, and most all the time they do, so we do help them.
Carlson says he hopes to see inmates across the country be given the resources they need.
Those who are closest to the problem will also be closest to the solution.
And he says he wants everyone, including those with felony convictions, to be given the right to cast a ballot. La-Crosse County Sheriff Jeff Wolf says once the election is over, the jail program coordinator then helps inmates go to myvotewisconsin.gov to find out if their ballot was counted. Reporting in La-Crosse, Dua Israr, News 8 Now.
Earlier this year, the Wisconsin GOP proposed a bill that would make it harder for those with felony convictions to vote. The bill would require people to complete required community service hours and pay off any financial penalties, including fines and victim restitution.